Today, I'm going to break down exactly why the UK feels like a trap, especially for migrants. Let's talk about the truths they don't want us to say out loud. Let's dive right into today's video because it's very important. My name is Tochi and welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up so YouTube can recommend it to more people, and kindly share it to everyone that needs to hear this. To all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to today's video. If you're yet to subscribe, please click on that subscribe button right now. It's very easy and free. As a migrant in the UK, if you've ever felt like no matter how hard you work, you still feel stuck, always paying high bills, there's nothing you ever do that's enough. The system is just designed to frustrate you in a way that you cannot explain. If you are feeling that way and more, then you are not alone, because a lot of migrants feel the same way too. Now, let's start with what every migrant in the UK knows too well, which is the never-ending visa cycle. Visa fees. This is one thing that keeps a lot of people in the UK broke, because you're not just paying once, you're constantly renewing visa fees. If you have a family, you're not renewing just for yourself, you're renewing for your dependents as well. Okay, you keep renewing this until you're due for your indefinite leave to remain and subsequently your British citizenship. So you discover that a lot of migrants spend thousands of pounds to do this on the long run, right? You're basically working and paying the home office. This is one thing that a lot of us don't talk about, or we want to shy away from, but it is the truth. Visa fees keep a lot of migrants broke and stagnant in the UK because it can be a lot, and then the government keeps increasing these fees almost every year. Some pay as high as 15,000, 20,000 pounds, and that is enough to even pay for a mortgage deposit. Now, for example, ILR fees has been increased too. We haven't even gotten to the citizenship part. Just for indefinite leave to remain, a lot of families now will be trying to cough out over 15 to 20,000 pounds to apply for their indefinite leave to remain with this new increase now. There are people who come to the UK on a study visa, pay school fees, everything. They go ahead to also pay their IHS fees, and after their study, they apply for post-study, and on a post-study visa as well, you pay for IHS fees and all of that, and then they move to work visas. Some still pay IHS fees and they keep renewing these visas. You haven't even gotten to ILR yet and you have spent thousands of pounds already. See why some people feel trapped, and not only those that came on study visas as well, even work visas, different kinds of visas that you have to keep renewing visas, and all of that is a lot of money, guys. Now, if you've applied for your indefinite leave to remain, or somehow you know how much you have spent so far on your UK visas, trying to renew your visas, could you please let us know the amounts you have paid so far? That will be very much appreciated, so that a lot of people will know that, oh, you're not alone, we are all in this together. Number 2, living on eggshells. Now, when your life and stay in the UK is styled to your visa, it feels like you're walking on eggshells. And because you are in the UK on some type of visa that restricts you, there are so many things that you would want to do that you cannot do. You can't change jobs easily. You can't start a business freely. In fact, there's some kind of jobs and businesses you cannot even do. And then one small mistake, even with your employer, puts everything at risk. So that is why it feels like a lot of people are on survival mode, and it's mentally exhausting. If you've ever felt like that, please let us know in the comment section. I really want to hear what you guys think, because this topic is one that I want everybody watching this video to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts about this, because this is very important. It's something that most migrants deal with, but we don't talk about it enough. So please, I want to hear what you guys think about all of this in the comment section, that we are all in this together. Number 3, the brutal tax system. A lot of people in the UK talk about this because, guys, the UK tax is one that is not even funny. You see a lot of migrants, the moment you come into the UK, start the job, you work so hard, because yes, we are hard workers, right? A lot of us are hard workers. So you work so hard, pick extra shifts, work overtime, just to do a lot to make money and basically survive. but you discover that your earning is not matching with all the work that you have done. Your income is not proportionate to the number of work and hours, and how much work. In fact, it feels like the more you work, the more tax you pay and the less money you make. Not just for migrants, okay? Everybody in the UK is literally complaining. So how is hard work even rewarded in this case? Because after working 40 hours, 35 hours, or even 50 hours a week, your paycheck feels like a joke. It just feels like the system is designed to never let you win, because no matter how hard you try, the tax man is waiting for you to take a big chunk of your income. This even reminds me of some of the reels I used to see on social media, where people are saying, oh, they keep working hard and working so hard, only for HMRC to remind them why they are working. They just show themselves working hard and show HMRC smiling somewhere and saying, oh, thank you so much for working hard because you're coming to give me everything. What do you guys think about this? Please let me know. Number 4, mortgages and home ownership. Buying a house in the UK feels like a dream that is slipping further away every year, because it keeps getting harder and harder every year. The requirements to get a mortgage, interest rates, stamp duty, everything, it just feels like every year it keeps getting harder. So if you're saying, oh, okay, I can't do it this year, let me wait for next year, something comes up that makes it even look a bit more difficult. Salaries are not increasing as much. In fact, if your salary increases by 1%, all your bills will go up by 10%. So it's just salary is not matching up with the bills you're paying. So imagine having to use the salary that you have to pay your bills and still save up money for your house deposit. And then when you have even managed to try to save up for a house, there are other requirements that you must meet, which are very, very difficult as well. Like, it seems like the system just makes it very difficult for people to be able to afford all of these things, even when okay, let's try and save the money. Saving the money now is not a problem, but the government just has a way of taking so much more from you. So that recently the government increased stamp duty. The rates are unpredictable every day. That's why you see that there are people that have lived in the UK for over 10 years, 5 years, and they still don't have their own house. It's not because they don't want to, but at times it just feels like no matter how hard we try, it's not working, because the system is designed in a way that it just keeps frustrating. And at this point, it's not even only migrants that are complaining about all of these things as well, right? Even the locals are complaining too. So number 5 is childcare costs. Now, if you have children in the UK, you already know that childcare is painfully expensive. A lot of parents spend so much money on childcare. I saw a family that said they spent about £23,000 on childcare for their children. So imagine spending that much money just on childcare. It's a lot of money, if you agree with me. So this is just the way the system is designed, and it feels like the system is punishing you for trying to have kids and raise a family in the UK. Because tell me why you have to spend that much money. And because it's really expensive, most moms especially, or some parents would just rather stay at home, sacrifice their businesses and careers to take care of their children. Because you're saying, how much am I even making? Like, is it worth it going to work to make so much money only to use it for childcare? So by the time you do the math and you see that, oh, this math is not matching, you would want to just look for alternative ways that can allow you take care of your children at home. You see parents running alternative shifts. The father would work in the night, the mother will work in the morning, or they just find a way around their shift patterns so they can accommodate the children, childcare, school run and everything. And at the end of the day, people are not making as much money as they want to make. They're not having career satisfaction because they can't even work or do the kind of job that they love, So it feels like a lot sometimes, and most parents can relate to this too, or most migrant families can really relate to this. Number 6, we talk about the cost of living crisis. The cost of everything is going up. council tax, energy bill, transportation, food. Now somebody says the cost of everything literally went up except wages. Wages are either frozen, they just remain the way they are, or they increase by 1% and the cost of everything goes up, you know, by 10%. Families are struggling to meet up with the unending bills, responsibilities and everything. You're basically working to survive, and for migrants the pressure is 10 times worse because you still have to consider sending money back home to support your family and friends and everything. So it's just a lot. Should you also forget the business barriers? Like, as a migrant who wants to start a business in the UK, the process is full of rigorous checks, scrutinies, and even rejections. You're likely to get a rejection even when you feel like you have the resources and ideas and everything. It just feels like the system is working against you doing exactly what you want to do. You find yourself being stuck in jobs or things that you don't like doing. The rejections, really, you have to prove so much, you know, even with the banks trying to get loans and helps. Like, honestly, it's not impossible, but it's harder. Like, they don't make it so easy for you to grow, you know. It's a lot more harder for migrants who have to constantly prove more than every other person that they are able to do this, or they've got the idea and capacity to open the kind of business they want to, and everything makes it really, really hard. That's why sometimes some people don't even bother trying. And finally, the constant policy changes. Guys, this one is one that sometimes you don't even know what to do. You don't know how to plan for the future because you don't know what next the government will come up with. Tell me how you would plan your future in a country where you don't even know the next thing that the government will do, the next thing that they will change. Salary threshold goes up, rules for dependents are changing, you know, visa conditions are changing as well. Everything is just changing when you feel like you know the rules, because 1 minute they are clear, the next minute everything is changing again. You know, tell me how you can even plan your future when you don't even know what the government holds for you tomorrow. 1 minute you feel like you have everything put together, the next minute the government is changing and flipping everything over. So it's really a lot to deal with. You know that sometimes it's easy to talk about the government has done this, it has done that, but how about the people that all of these unending changes are affecting? So now when you hear some people say the UK is a trap, they're not exaggerating. It's the truth. And it's not just about the money, it's the way the system is designed to constantly keep you in a cycle. It's just the system, the structure, everything is just designed that way. Guess what? All of these things does not mean we should give up. In fact, we are fighters, we are hard workers, we are people that achieve great things despite all odds. All we have to keep doing is be smart, strategic, and support each other more, share good information, and build communities, because the system won't change for us, but we can change how we move in it. It is what it is, and I want to really hear what you guys think about all of this in the comment section. So thank you everyone for watching today's video. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye bye.